you. You, this snake.
This game frustrated the hell out of people, but still managed to hook them relentlessly. So, what happened to this game? Bennett Foddy, as a game designer and academic, had previously made his name in the gaming world with an absurd yet equally addictive game called Co-op. This 2D game actually had a very simple concept, helping a 100-meter runner complete the course. However, standing upright in the game was so difficult that despite repeated attempts, you couldn't even take a single step, which was enough to drive people crazy with frustration. Through Co-op, Foddy realized how important emotions like anger, rage, and hope actually were in connecting people to a game. Although he created other games afterward, they didn't achieve the same level of popularity. Years later, Foddy was sitting one day thinking, I wonder if there's a way to give people nervous breakdowns in games, and suddenly decided to design a game for this purpose. In fact, he would later say in an interview,
I made this game for a certain type of person to harm them.
Foddy actually wanted to test players' patience and endurance. He immediately went to his computer and began writing line by line the code for a game that would one day make him a millionaire. While Foddy was thinking about what kind of game he should make, he suddenly came across a game called Sexy Hiking, developed by Jazuo in 2002. Seeing that this game managed to drive players crazy, he realized it was similar to the game he wanted to make. Foddy took this idea and immediately reshaped it with a modern interpretation, resulting in this punishing climbing game. Without wasting any time, Foddy uploaded this game to Steam on December 6, 2017 under the name Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. In the early days after the game's release, Foddy created a retention graph to measure player continuity. Through this graph, he could see how quickly players abandoned the game. Many players initially gave up because they couldn't master the game. No. While some among them managed to climb. Foddy said about this, people get angry first, then develop a kind of Zen acceptance toward falls. As he predicted, some players continued playing this game obsessively. The first person to complete the game sent Foddy an email saying, my hands were shaking. I felt a strange euphoria. As the game was becoming increasingly popular on Steam, the person who would make the game popular worldwide was about to play it. None other than PewDiePie.
You think I'm not gonna beat this game?
From the moment PewDiePie downloaded and started playing the game, he began having nervous breakdowns. He was both getting angry at the game and couldn't break away from it. When viewers saw these reactions, they took immense pleasure and immediately wanted to play the game. What happened next? The game suddenly exploded. Just like you subscribe to this channel and blow it up, big streamers and YouTubers like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye also started playing the game, and Getting Over It took social media by storm. The game was everywhere. Everyone was playing it. With such demand for the game, people rightfully began following the best players. Right at this time, the speedrun community began competing with each other to be the fastest to complete Getting Over It. The current world record holder is a player named Blastbolt, who completed the game in an incredible time of 59 seconds and sits at the top. Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, despite being an independent game, achieved great commercial success. Sold at an affordable price of $7.99 on Steam, the game was purchased by millions of players. Although exact figures aren't shared according to Steam Spy data, it's estimated that the game sold over 2 million copies on PC platform. This means approximately $15 to $20 million in revenue. Additionally, iOS and Android versions of the game were also released in 2018. The mobile version was offered for sale at $4.99, especially on Android. This game, which Foddy developed with a minimal budget, became one of the finest examples of achieving much with little in the independent gaming world. But as with all good things, this game also had an end. Actually saying it died would be unfair. The game is still referred to as a cult classic. However, the crazy popularity wave of 2017 to 2018 gradually gave way to a calmer fan base. There are several reasons for this. First, the game's difficulty could be said to be one of these reasons. Getting Over It didn't appeal to every player. Another reason was the fast cycle of the gaming world. After 2018, battle royale games like PUBG and Fortnite managed to capture players' attention and overshadowed games. Cheats also played a negative role in the game's popularity cycle. On platforms like WeMod, cheats were available for Getting Over It. For example, mods that reduced gravity or made hammer movements easier. Additionally, some players shortened speedrun times by manipulating the game's physics engine. Getting Over It wasn't just a game, it was an emotion, frustration, anger, hope, victory. All of these were in that cauldron. When I first played it, I remember getting stuck on the same rock for hours. With each fall, as Foddy's calm voice said, Sometimes in life you lose everything, but you must continue. I would both get angry and motivated. I'll never forget the feeling of triumph when I reached the top of the mountain.